Hi, this is Taylor Layton here. I'm going to show you my Services Exchange application that I created for my final project. Um, we're going to start with just booting it up, and I'll show you how it works first. So here's the application here. You'll have a field to enter your name and your phone number. Entering your name, um, it will make sure that you only enter text, not any numbers. Um, and then in the phone number, it'll also make sure that you have 10 digits. So we'll type in our name here, Taylor Layton, 641-841-0218, and I will offer tech IT services, and in exchange, I would like somebody to help me with cooking. Sure. So that it will be registered. It says register successfully. Once you are matched, you will receive a text message to the number provided. Thank you. And then that's it. Then somebody else could enter something in, such as Billy Bob. And they could offer cooking and need IT. And if that's the case, we should be matched. So register. Once you successfully match, you'll get a text message. So, and then I have a kind of a simulation here of match Taylor Layton with Billy Bob, and it sends the text message. Now, every two people, it checks to see if there's a match. um, so I can show some input validation here. Let's type in number or something. Invalid name. We could do a letter here. Invalid phone number. You could do, yeah. So unless it's 10 digits and only digits, it won't work. In the case of the program, you could also choose none for your service wanted, and that would make you basically neutral in the insertion sort that it uses. Um, for the services wanted. Basically, anybody can be matched with somebody that has a none for services wanted if they meet the service offered. Um, so yeah, that's the application. Now we will go and look at the code here. So here's the insertion sort algorithm. Basically, it will so you launch the application and it will use the main method. Hold on, let's go to the main method. You launch the application, goes to the main method. Here is code that will create the GUI here. I also created a logo here, and chose text. It's a basic logo, but that's what the SEA is there. And I use JLabels, JText fields to create the fields here, and buttons as well. This here adds the logo in main panel to the frame. Then you have a register button here. This makes sure that it actually goes through and then outputs the registered successfully message to the person who submitted their stuff. Also has the input validation here as well. Let's get that back out here. These methods are used to check if the phone number is 10 digits, checks if there's no digits in a name, um, and then this allows you to be able to choose none in the service wanted option. Otherwise, before it was trying to make it so that I couldn't choose none, so I had to create this method here. So then, after you launch the application, the GUI comes up with its various components and stuff. You then input your details, name and phone number, and select your services, as I showed. When you click the register button, there's an action listener connected to the button that is triggered. And then there is it validates the name and phone number using the valid name and valid phone number methods. And then if the data passes, then a new person object is created, and that will then be added to the queue, which is queue manager is right here. And you basically be added to a waiting list. That it increments the internal counter. Where's that? Here it is. As user count. And then if it is greater than 2 users, every single time it will match those users. That way it's regularly checking to make sure that users have been matched or not matched. So the matching logic basically the method basically sorts the list of registered users that are put in based on their offered skills, and then it attempts to find matches for each of the users, and the code looks for another user who's offered skill matches, or whose offered skill matches the first user's wanted skill and vice versa. When the match is found, then yeah, the simulated message is outputted. And then once they are matched, they are then removed. Once they are matched, then they are removed from the waiting list so that other people could be matched. So we can also test this using my Service Exchange tester. Let's try it. Java application. So in this case, you can see here, Han was added to the queue, Leia was added to the queue, Luke was added to the queue. Now after this, size 2, queue size 2, it would check to see if there's matches. There was no matches in this case. So the current queue size is now 3. Now Chewbacca was added to the queue, and they were matched they matched Luke, or it matched Luke with Chewbacca, and sent a text message to the users. The reason being is because Chewbacca had offered personal care in exchange for education. Luke had offered education in exchange for personal care, so they were matched. And then it continues on, and now the queue size is 2 because it got rid of 2 users. Chewbacca was the 4th. Vader was added to the queue, and now it's 3. 3PO added 4, R2 5, and then it matched R2 and Han and sent in a text message, and again it removed the 2 of them, and now we're back at 4, and so on. Just a tester that can show that the insertion sort algorithm is working. Other than that, then you close the application when you're done, just by pressing escape. Pretty basic GUI. Yeah, and that's my project.